Namaste everyone. Welcome back children. Children, the topic that we are going to take up today is about soil. And where can we find soil? Almost everywhere. Yes, we can find it on the mountains, in the valleys, on the seashores or in the deserts. And today in this video session, we'll talk about the formation of soil, the composition of soil, that is, what does soil contain, and then we'll talk about the different layers of the soil. So let us take up our today's topic, soil, formation, composition and layers. So children, before we take up the main topics of this session, let us try to identify the different types of soil in these pictures. So first picture belongs to a desert, and we know that we find sand in the desert. And then you can see a pot is being made using soil, and we know that we use clay to make pot, and clay can be molded to give different shapes and sizes to make different objects. And then we have picture of sea beach, and we know that sand is found on a sea beach. Today under this heading we'll talk about how is soil formed, what are different layers of soil, what does soil contain, what are types of soil, uses of soil and conservation of soil. But today in this video session we'll talk about how the soil is formed, what are the different layers of soil and what does soil contain. And children, as you know that earth has mountains, valleys, seashores, deserts, etc. on its surface. All these are formed of soil. Soil forms the uppermost layer of earth's surface. Plants grow on this layer and some animals make their shelter in it. That means soil is also home for small animals. Now, let us understand how is soil formed. Formation of soil is a very slow process. It takes thousands of years to form soil from rocks. The big rock pieces are broken down into small pieces by the action of heat of sun, strong winds and flowing water. So children, that means the action of these three natural things, that is the sun, the wind and the water, makes the rocks break down into small pieces, and the process of natural breaking down of big rocks into smaller pieces is called weathering. These broken small pieces are carried away by flowing water and wind to distant places. During this movement, these pieces rub against each other and get broken down further into fine particles called soil. Dead plants and animals also get mixed with the soil particles, making it rich in minerals and nutrients for plant growth. So that means we have obtained soil from the big rocks. And now let us understand the different layers of the soil. Soil on the surface of earth can be divided into 4 layers: topsoil, subsoil, bedrock and parent rock. Now let us revise these through this picture. So first of all, we have the topsoil, and second is the subsoil, then we have bedrock, and then we have the parent rock. Now let us talk about these layers one by one. Topsoil. It refers to the uppermost layer of soil in which the plants grow. And children, plants use some substances present in the soil to grow, which are called nutrients. Soil rich in nutrients is called fertile soil. Now, when we are talking about the fertility of the soil, so let us understand how do soil become fertile naturally. So basically, the organic matter present in the soil forms humus. And what is humus? Humus is the dark brown matter formed by decay of dead animals and plants. That is, when animals and plants die, they rot and get absorbed in the soil to form humus, and it is rich in nutrients, thereby making the soil fertile. And now let us move on to the next layer, and that is the subsoil. It is below the topsoil. It consists of broken pieces of rocks. It has very less humus as compared to topsoil, making it less fertile. And after subsoil, then we have bedrock. It is below the subsoil layer. It has large pieces of rock. It forms a non-porous layer where the water that has seeped in from upper layers get collected. That means the bedrock is very hard and solid and does not have pores. Therefore, it does not allow the water to go deep down further. And then we have the parent rock. It is the last layer of the soil which has unwithered rocks. Why unwithered rocks? Because these are not exposed to the effects of weathering as in case of upper layers. So children, now let us know what does soil contain. So say for example, if we take up a transparent jar and fill it with water and put handful of garden soil in it, we'll find that soil will settle down in layers. So let us try to understand what are these layers about. So first of all, the heavy stones, they will settle at the bottom of the jar and they will form a different layer of pebbles. Just above the pebbles, you will find a layer of sand particles. Now, particles which are finer than sand will form a layer called silt just above the layer of sand particles. Then the extremely fine particles will form a layer of clay. And then we have some dissolved soil particles in water which will form a layer of muddy water. And then you can see the layer of twigs, grass, roots floating on the surface of muddy water which forms the humus. You should know that soil contains water and air as well. Now let us understand the use of water present in the soil and how can we observe that soil contains water. Water present in the soil is called moisture. Plants use this moisture to grow. We know that roots, they absorb minerals and water from the soil. So that means soil contains water. Amount of moisture varies from soil to soil. If soil is heated in a utensil, water can be observed collected on its lid, which is the moisture of the soil. That means if you will heat up soil in a utensil, then what will happen? The water which is present in the soil, it will start evaporating. And then you can see the water coming out of the soil. This proves that water is present in the soil. And now with this we'll move on to the air present in the soil and how to observe it. Soil contains air. Air is trapped in between the soil particles. As you can see here in this picture that these are soil particles and in the gaps the air is trapped. Loose soil has more air in it as compacted soil has lesser in it. So that means soil which has loose particles will have enough space for the air to get in. It is useful for plant growth. When soil is put in water, bubbles or air rise up. That means if you take a transparent jar, again fill it with water and put some sand in it, you will realize that there is a formation of bubbles in the water. That means the air trapped in the soil has led to the formation of these air bubbles which were actually trapped in the soil particles. So children, now let us take up the important terms which we have come across during this session. So first is withering. Natural breakdown of big rocks into smaller pieces is called withering. Humus, remains of dead plants and animals is called humus. Topsoil, uppermost layer of the soil in which plants grow. And what are nutrients? These are the substances in soil that the plants use to grow. Fertile soil, soil rich in nutrients is called as fertile soil. Moisture, water present in the soil is called moisture. So with this, we'll move on to the recapitulation section. State whether the following statements are true or false. Humus is found in the subsoil. That is false because we know that humus is found in the topsoil. Topsoil is rich in nutrients. That is true. Air is not there in soil. That is false. Parent rock is withered. No, parent rock does not wither. So that is false. Sun causes withering. That is true. Moving water also breaks down the rocks. That is again true. So children, now let us move on to the think and answer section. So what is withering? How is soil formed? What is the composition of soil? Explain different layers of soil. So I hope after going through this video session you are able to answer these questions, but still if you have any doubts you can refer to the slide numbers as given here. So children, that was all about formation, composition and layers of soil. And in our next video session, we'll talk about the different types of soils, uses of soil and conservation of soil. So until then, take care of yourselves.